Hi everyone, Kyra here. I'm with Jonathan Howard, and I'm so excited. Hey, if you're seeing this, go ahead and pop in the comments, tell me who you are, and say hi to me and Jonathan. And we're gonna talk about, I want to call it like sacred social media. I'm gonna go woo. Let's go woo on it. But I want to just to kind of say, I don't know, maybe that's just me. Jonathan might want to look at it from a different, but it's really, it's something where the authenticity, the realness, the truth, and how we grow our social media platforms, especially as authors, as teachers, as people who are thought leaders who want to make a difference in the world with our message. And we're also looking at stories and how stories can affect our social media presence, all that kind of stuff. Hey, it's Kevin. Kevin, hi, Kevin. Hi, do you see Jonathan? Oh, hey, Universal Wisdom, how you doing? But yeah, so please, guys, comment if you have questions as we're talking. Jonathan, I'm going to kind of turn it over to you in this way, and we're just going to conversate. Tell people about who you are, what you do, why you're so fucking awesome.
Okay. Hey, that's the best intro I've ever gotten. So, sorry, Kevin. Sorry. So my name is Jonathan Howard. I am the owner of JRH Graphics and Success on Social. And what I do is I help businesses tell their story on social media so that they can really show up as with passion and purpose and connect with the people that they want to connect with. And the way that we do that is by telling your story and connecting with your story, those things that actually matter, those things that are actually happening in your life and in your business, so that people see that and realize you're a real person and can connect with that, because that's what people are going to connect with anyway. So
yeah, that is so good. Yes. And so much more. He was talking about, we got to spend about 10 minutes before we got online here. And he was talking about doing photography and going into New York City and, all that kind of stuff. So, we are always so much more than our brand. Right. I will say it's really, really cool to just have somebody that I feel like is integrity and in alignment with the people that, are authors at As You Wish Publishing, because I think, and I talked a little bit about this, Jonathan, earlier, is just we can get kind of scared around social media and putting ourselves out there, and how will we be received? And what has struck me with Jonathan's purpose and passion is helping people understand that if you show folks who you really are, a lot of good things will come from it. So expand on that more. We can talk about different types of posts. We can talk about what it means to show up. What are some good gold nuggets that you can give these guys today?
So I guess what I'll start out with is you have to understand who your ideal people are, who you're talking to, and then you need to talk to them just like you would. You want them to feel like they're having a drink with you. You want it to be real. You want to connect with them so that they understand who you are, and tell your story, because your story, and this sounds like, oh yeah, I get it. Whatever. Your story is going to connect with people, and it's going to help them understand who you are. And there's people that need to hear it. People need to hear your story. There are certain aspects about your story. There's certain aspects about something that you say, and it may have been said by thousands of people already, but not the person that needed to hear it from you today. So show up as who you are. Show up as who you really want people to see you as. And don't worry, and this is the hard one, don't worry about people that are going to hate you, because people are going to hate you, because they're not meant. We aren't meant to be liked by everybody. We all are different flavors because we're different. And there's some people are going to like chocolate, and some people are going to like banana cream, and whatever it is, it doesn't matter. But the people that are going to like you, and the people that are going to follow you, and the people that are going to buy from you are those people that are going to like you. And the people that hate you, they're never going to buy from you anyway. So don't worry about it. They were never part of your tribe. So bring in the people that are part of your tribe by showing up as who you are. It's very hard for people to connect going back to the flavors, vanilla is boring. And there's very few people in the world that are really, truly vanilla, but they put themselves out there as that because they think that's what everybody wants. But nobody really wants vanilla. They want something that's a little bit spicier, a little bit funner, a little bit different. They do want, and you know what? And this is one of the things I always tell, embrace your weird. We're all a little bit weird. Embrace it and show people how you're weird, because there's other people out there that are like, they're weird like you, and they'll like that.
Yeah. I love that, because it's such a huge, people don't talk like this in the kitschy social media BS world of, I'll get you 100,000 subscribers and da, 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 da. And, let's talk a little bit about that thing, because that thing drives me nuts. I would rather have 10 raving fans who love me and I love them than a million people who could give a shit about me.
Right, because those fans that all of those people are going to get you, they're going to get you a ton of fans, and they don't matter, because those ton of fans are never going to engage in your content. It doesn't matter how good your content is. Your content could be life-changing for the right people. But if you're talking to 10,000 people that aren't the right people, you know what you're going to do? You're going to change your content 700 times to try to find what's right to reach them, and none of it is, because you didn't attract those people with who you are. Mm-hmm. When you attract the people with who you are, you're going to get people that really care about you, really care about what you're doing, and really care that you're showing up as yourself. And that is what's going to get you followers and more followers. And they're going to tell their friends that they really like you. You should show up because this person is doing it like this, and I love it. And that's how you're going to get people. That's how you're going to get people that are going to want to read your books. That's how you're going to get people that want to know what you're writing next. That's how you're going to get people that are really, really excited about everything that you do, because they're super fans, because they connected with you as you, not somebody else, not somebody that's going to buy them 1,000 followers that do you nothing. Guess what? The followers, they don't pay the bills. The customers pay the bills. The clients pay the bills. The people that are buying shit pay the bills. So worry about those people that are buying shit. And you don't need 10,000 people buying shit. Because guess what? If 15 people walk in your door right now, you'll be overwhelmed. Just 15.
That's completely accurate. That's completely accurate. Like that is the thing. And I can't nurture a million people. I can't nurture, all of that. And I can't moderate it. I really, right. So, showing up for the people who are showing up for us is so huge. And having those people that matter. I want to cry a little bit, but I'm not going to. Yesterday I wrote a post about just having having some tough experiences last month, and just feeling like, whatever. I hooked up with Kevin, I hooked up with Melissa Corder and Susan Ray, and all these and Carolyn Mackey, and I hooked up with some coaches that we're all very capable. All of us, we're all coaches. But we need people to help us move through things. And, I didn't go and look on their social media and go, how many likes do they have? How many friends do they have? How many, what can I, who's saying the best things about them? It was that emotional connection. We had a personal connection. Like Kevin never asked for a single thing from me when we first started talking. He was just like, let's network, let's connect. But I knew immediately when I met him, I was like, that's a coach that I want to work with. If I need some money, I know that's a person that I want to work with. And so it's kind of that same thing. And you and Kevin were talking about this during the summit, which is the Dream, Believe, Create Summit, that is having the personal connections and spending and putting in the time is so much more valuable than your, dog and pony post you made, or having 100,000 likes. So talk a little more about that personal connection if you want to, if that
absolutely. And I'll actually talk a little bit, I'll lead into the post a little bit as well. So, but the personal connection is so important, because again, it's how they're going to see you. It's how they really see you. And when you go live, you can't hide anything. So this is me this is me. And when I go live and I mess up on the words and I say the wrong thing and I'm like, oh crap, I did that. Damn it. I rehearsed it 7 times and I still did it wrong. But that's who I am. So what do? I can either hide under the desk, which I've tried to do a couple times, or I can just say, okay, you guys know how I am. I can't do 2 things at once, or I can't do, and work past it. And those people, when they see you being real, it's amazing, because people on social media aren't real. People on social media want to show you a certain aspect of their life. They want you to believe that they have thousands of clients that are paying thousands of dollars for things when they don't. And you can, if you pay attention to some of these things, you can tell, especially coaches, and I recommend that people do this all the time. Look at what they're saying. Look at if it really makes sense. So here's the thing, and I'm gonna spill the beans on these people saying they're getting thousands and thousands of new followers on Reels. When you look at it, the people that had followers and they're still doing Reels, they have about the same number of followers, maybe a few thousand more. The people that were nowhere on social media and all of a sudden are just doing Reels, and now they have 20,000 followers, shit doesn't add up. You look at their Reels, they're not that good. It doesn't add up. Somebody bought followers there. So just ignore them and keep doing what you're doing. Do it well. Give people real information that's going to help them. Ignore the bullshit that's on social media and show up as yourself. And that's going to help you rise to the top. That's going to help you be heard in all the noise, because social media is noise. It is more noisy than ever with the pandemic, because so many more people and so many more businesses are on social media, and it's changing. It's changing. It's becoming more TV. It's becoming more, but what do people watch on TV, even though it's not real? Reality TV. They want to see the realness in people. They want to see the connection to the realness. They want to be able to say, oh my God, that's me. Yeah. And when they can do that with you, then you're going to be able to connect. And remember, and it's actually my theme for the year, that it doesn't matter what your story is. Each and every one of you matter. Your story matters. Everything about you matters. So be you, because that person is the person that matters, not the vision of what you think it is. So that's that. And then I can jump into posts, because I love talking about my 9 essential posts. So I have 9 essential posts, and somebody's going to go, oh, great, another group. You're going to give me templates. You're going to give me something I have to do. It's not that.
It's so good.
It's not that. I built out a framework of posts that allow you to tell your story. It's a framework of posts that, it talks about a certain topic, and there's different ways that you can tell your story in that topic. So everything is aimed at a specific goal, but the overall arching goal is to tell your story. So one of the posts is a day in the life. So if you're doing a day in the life, you want to show people what's happening in your day that's impacting your business. What's happening in your day that speaks to your story. What values are you highlighting or exhibiting today that you think are very important in your business that people should know? And then there's customer posts. And there's 3 different ways. I usually say 3 different ways you can talk about your customer posts. One is the customer experience. The next one is, what problem do your customers generally have, or clients, or people who, flock to you? What is the problem that they generally have? What is that emotional connection to what they're struggling with? So what's that? And you can talk about that, because they're going to say, that's me. That's me. I need the solution to that. And that solution is your product. That's another post. But the other thing that you can talk about is what they'll feel like when they use the solution. So that's a customer post. What are they going to feel like when they use the solution that you offer? They're going to go from what to what? What is their journey going to be in using your product? What are they going to realize? What are they going to understand? And when you connect that to an emotion, a universal emotion, I feel happy. I used to be overwhelmed. Everything on social media was so overwhelming. It was so hard to know what I needed to post. But now I use the 9 essential posts, and it's so easy. Every day I know what I need to post, and I'm happy. That journey is so powerful for people. So powerful, because they want, who doesn't want to be happy? Who doesn't want to connect with happy? And that is just and that's your story, because guess what? You discovered this product, this solution, this thing because of something in your life. So you're telling your story in that, and you're telling your story through your customers every time you tell a different customer story. And I can go on. If you want me to, I can go over a couple other ones if you want. Or if you have another question about those.
And guys, if you're watching and you're in the comments, please, if you have any questions, ask any questions you might have. Let's see. I just want to say see if there's anybody else saying anything. Hold on. So I don't know who our Facebook user is because it does that weird thing. But this is so perfect timing. I was just researching how to do greater social media in my story. Kevin is saying that he likes vanilla. So
okay. Well, you're gonna go ask for somebody.
Listen, I will take vanilla if I had like a pound of chocolate syrup on top of it.
Nothing against vanilla.
Yeah. He's also saying, that's why I love you guys. Real. We love you, Kevin. All right. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do a few more or a couple more, whatever you feel comfortable with. I'm just so grateful that you're spending your time with me. I'm so happy.
Absolutely. So another one, like I was saying, is your product post. And your product post is a great post that you can talk about your product or service. But we don't want to sell on social media because nobody likes being sold to. So another thing that you do with your product post that actually adds value to your product post is you talk about the problems it solves and how those things make a difference in the lives. So what is the benefit of using your product? What is going to help them? What is going to change when they use your product or service? And that kind of adds value to your product or service beyond the value that it already has, and you're not selling. Because the rule on social media, and you really have to stick to it. I've tried with different clients to go past this 80-20 rule. It's 80% of your content should be what I call edutaining content. Educational, useful, entertaining. So it should provide some value in that realm of being educational, useful, or entertaining. It should solve a problem. It should entertain them. It should educate them on how to do something. What problem do they have in their business or in their life that you can fix? You have to help people really slay their dragons. I was on a presentation last week, and it was, you have to help people slay their dragons. And I was like, I like that because it's helping them with the problem that seems so overwhelming. They don't have a clue how to fix it. And, for me, it's people coming to me and going, I don't even know where to start on social media. I have no idea. Everything is changing. Everything is new. There's Reels, there's Clubhouse, there's Instagram Rooms today came up. What am I supposed to do with all of this? And the answer is, you don't worry about that. You tell your story. You use the right platform for you to tell your story. If you can tell your story and connect with people on Clubhouse, you tell your story and connect with people on Clubhouse. There's no wrong way. There's no wrong answers, and there's no wrong journey. It's your journey. It's yours to decide. That's it. And you go about it, and you're going to learn, and there's going to be things that go well, and then there's going to be times that we fall on our face. It's okay. Doesn't matter we fell on our face. It's how we get back up. But we got to keep getting back up. We got to keep saying, okay, that didn't work. Clearly, my nose hurts. That didn't work. Got to fix that. Let's not do that anymore. Let's do more of what's working. And then you measure what's working. And what got you to one place isn't going to get you the next one. So you're going to have to constantly evolve. You're going to have to constantly change the way that you're doing things a little bit, grow, learn, tell your story in different ways, but it's all based on your story. You have all the tools you need because you know your story. You know it inside and out. You know all the different things, all the moments that you learned from that may seem little to you, but it made a big difference in your life, or made a big difference in the way you ran your business, or it made a big difference in just the way you see things. And you can take that and go, get that. Now I can help people get that. And remember that not only are you struggling, like you're struggling with social media and you're at a certain point in that journey, but you're also at another point in your journey of teaching. And part of what I believe is everybody should learn something every day and everybody should teach something every day. And your journey of teaching, you're ahead of people and you're their mentor. You're helping them learn. Just like I'm your mentor in social media. If I'm lucky enough to be that person, I'm helping you, but you may be helping me with something else. You may be helping me with, I don't know, not cursing or, not worrying about something. I don't know. What am I terrible at? I'm terrible at a lot of things. Let's not point those out right now, but so,
I just did a full-on snort. That was awesome. Sorry, I am too. I'm terrible at a lot of things too. I learn all the time. Like I am, YouTube is like my best friend because I'm like, how do I do what? Yeah. I want to replace it. Oh, well, I don't want to, but Todd, here's how you replace a bike tire. That kind of thing.
But yeah, and but you have to remember that you have to be on those two journeys together. You have to be teaching and you have to be learning, because a lot of times people who teach don't want to learn. People who learn don't want to teach. And in order for it to really be a nice balance in the world, and this is a little woo-woo, and I'm not a woo-woo person per se, but yet in order for it to be balanced in the world, you have to teach, you have to learn. You have to, because they go hand in hand, and you can learn so much from the people you're teaching, and you can teach so much to the people that are learning from you.
Yeah, I think that goes into that imposter syndrome piece where we're like, well, I am not the absolute expert. One of our first collaboration books called Healer, I said 22 expert healers help you. And I had so much kickback from that because they were like, I'm not an expert. And I'm like, you're an expert to someone. Like someone who's starting out needs you bad. And they're going to see that word expert and they're going to go, oh, okay, this is somebody I can go to. But if you're like, well, I'm kind of okay at it, they're going to be like, I can learn from that,
And this is where I kind of work with people. You're an expert in your business because nobody else knows your business better than you. And the reason that you should create a business that is uniquely you and built around your major brand differentiators is because nobody can compete with that. If your main differentiator is you and what you do, nobody can compete with that. And you can teach what you do to your staff so they can carry on with that. But they can't compete with it, because if they take everything that you do and go and start their own business, they're going to do something different. It's not the same. So you're an expert in your business. You have to understand that you're an expert in your business. Then, there's above that, you have a zone of genius. You have to really, meld that into what you want it to be. But you're an expert, and you have to believe that you're an expert, because people want to learn from experts, and you only have to be a few steps ahead of the people that are learning from you. You have to have learned the lesson and really understand it in order to teach it, but that's it. And you're learning, and people will appreciate the fact that you're on a journey as well.
Yeah, agreed. Absolutely agreed. Oh my gosh, this was so good. So I know that I want to bring people back to you, because I know that our authors can struggle with social media, or they can spend a lot of time on social media and not say much. It's I bounce around on there every once in a while, and I'm like, why aren't you bringing people back to your story, or back to your purpose, or back to your selling point, or whatever? And I get that, we don't want to put a lot of salesy posts out there. But, what is your intention on social media? Is your intention to help people get to know you and see if what you have to offer is valuable to them? Or are you just going to put out 100,000 dog pics, kind of like me? How are you using your resources in that environment? So I don't know. I don't know where I just went with that, but I do want people to come back to you to learn more.
So I can give you the link to the 9 essential posts. I can put it. Let me put it in the private chat for you, and then I think you can share it.
Yep.
So that is the 9 essential posts. And that's a great starting point for anybody really learning and wanting to do social media. I also have my group on Facebook, which is a free group, and I call it my social media support group, because it's all entrepreneurs that are doing social media in some way and they need help. And they can ask each other for help. And I go in there usually, I think it's 3 times a week right now that I go in there and I do a live. It may be 9 minutes, but I'm going in there doing a live and giving you content tips and giving you some things that you can do. I usually do one longer one each week where you can ask questions or have your own content reviewed live on the in the group. And we can go over things and say, hey, what part of your story are you trying to tell here? What are you working on? What is this post for you? What do you think this post delivers? And we can go through maybe if it might not deliver that, or maybe it's not targeting your correct audience, because your audience is going to matter hugely on social media. You have to talk to the right person. And, but the 9 essential posts is a good place to start. My social media support group is a great place to start. And it's not fully launched yet, but successon.social, which is going to be my learning platform. And it's going to have all sorts of classes and things for people to do and tools. So it's not fully launched. It's still in beta. It's been in beta for a long time. I mean, I guess we were in a pandemic when I came up with the idea. So it's moving along quite well. It's just, it feels like forever because we've been in a pandemic forever.
I get it. I totally get it.
But that's there as well.
Yeah. Hi, Maria. Hi, guys. People that are popping up here. I just want to say hi to you. Maria says, thank you. This is great info. It really is. It really is. Like, I'm over here feverishly taking notes, because there's this disconnect around social media, authenticity, trusting our voice, trusting our passion, trusting the flow, understanding how we're spending our time. What is it that we really want to get from it? That kind of thing that is huge. And also something that you pointed out during the summit, Jonathan, was you would not believe, this was a direct quote, you would not believe how cold your warm audience already is. And so when it comes to selling on social media, I think that was our big kind of warning sign to say, okay, we need to get out there, show people who we are, and trust.
And because I can tell you, like I will try to sell courses, and I've got a warm audience, but they are also used to getting things for free, in all honesty, and there's nothing wrong with that. They're going to, when they are ready. When your audience is where you can't force your audience to do anything. When they're ready, they'll buy. When they're ready, or they run into the problem that you solve and they go, oh, I need somebody to help me with this. They're going to go to you. Don't worry about that. And like Kevin was saying also, like, you have to understand that people are on this journey and they may not be able to afford you yet, but the reason they're following you is because they want to. You want people that say, I can't wait till I can afford to work with them, because that is somebody that is going to work with you and they're going to learn from you and they're going to appreciate all that you put out. But your cold audience is cold. I have a warm audience, and then I have the people that make up that real, that core of that warm audience. That core of that warm audience bought from me as soon as I put something out there. But that's 15, 20, 30 people. Then there's the rest of your audience. You can't run a business and only service 30 people, especially if what you do solves a problem fully, which I have a problem with people who, solve sort of a problem and lead you into another problem. That's, to me, is not solving a problem. But that's how a lot of marketing works. You solve a problem that they're facing now, which leads into another problem that they're going to face in a year. So you sell them the next thing in the year, and then again and again and again. That's how marketing works. That's how it's built. I have a problem with it because I never want to, which is also, I provide way too much information to some of my people in my classes. So I try to, I find a balance, but that's the way it works. So I try to give you a real, full, complete solution, but that's a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Well, no, that is something that used to drive me crazy. Like I would sign up for a webinar. Webinars were huge a couple of years ago, where you sign up for the free webinar and then you hop on, and then they go through this whole bullshit. You wait till the end, and they've been giving you all their hammering you with their sales stuff, and then at the end, it's like, well, what was the answer? And the answer was like some kind of nonsense. And I'm like, okay, and now you want me to buy from you? I'm not doing it. I'm too realistic for that kind of thing. Right. And we smell it. We smell it on people. We smell inauthenticity. So let's see. Kathy says, I struggle with what info to put on social media. So this info is so helpful. Awesome. Kathy, we will make sure that you get the link that he gave me. I'll go ahead and messenger you it for the 9 essential posts. And Jonathan, what's your website to bring people back to you again? I know we have lots of places, but sometimes people just want a website.
You can go to successon.social, and that is there's no .com needed. It is very confusing for people, but because the name of my course was Success on Social, and I saw successon.social, I was like, I gotta get it. It's meant to be. So successon.social is the website. So, all right. And that's why the logo is a dot.
Oh, that's great. that's the.
It all comes together. Yeah. So where do I have oh, there it is. I can't see it here, but it's on the 9 essential posts.
Yes, and I also put it on this post itself, so so you can definitely check out his website. This has been completely inspiring. I am so excited. I'm so happy that I met you, and I got to I've already benefited so much just from changing my voice a little bit on my own posts, but also too just being really, really real and trusting that that's going to be okay. Has been. That's a little scary for me. And we talked a little bit about being introverted and stuff. I'm an introvert. I'm an INFJ. We are 1% of the population so we're fucking weird. Like we think differently. We're weirdos. My husband is also one. We find each other and then we latch on and we don't let go because we feel so safe and so comfortable with each other. The problem with that is that we can solve a problem for the other 15 personality types on Myers-Briggs. We can solve that problem, but we get scared and we get nervous and we want to just stick with who we feel safe with. And that's one problem. But I think that if I have an issue with emotional problems or depression or anxiety or fears or self-worth or enoughness or any of those kinds of things, which we all have, every single personality type has that, being willing to say who we are is sometimes in and of itself enough to have that courage. And so you don't know what kind of change you're creating for even just that one person that's saying, oh, Kyra has a problem with enoughness. Oh, I think I can see that, this is how she's come through it, or this is how she's working with it and allowing herself to move through it. I think I can too. And with all of our authors, this is huge because almost all of the articles that we've published in our collaboration books are around them having a significant issue and then working through that issue and coming out of the other side. And I think that their readers need that. And so if you are a writer, especially if you're a writer, you already know how to write. You already know how to do long form, kind of posts and things, or you already know how to speak or engage. Do it. I think Jonathan and I are both giving you permission to speak your truth and to trust and let the chips fall where they may.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, my whole understanding of stories came from something that happened to me, and it was very powerful and traumatic and the best thing that could have ever happened to me. And I say that and people go, you can't mean that. And I do mean that because I learned that not only do I matter, but everybody matters, and that you can connect with anybody when they connect with your story. Yeah. is such a powerful way of connecting. It is the most ancient form of communication. We are hardwired to understand stories. So go out and tell your story, because you will be amazed at how many people needed to hear exactly what you said today. And you will change people's lives. I don't know how many messages I've gotten from kids saying, thank you. I didn't know I could be like that until I saw you. That is all I need. That is all we need. We changed somebody's life. We impacted somebody's life. That's a good day. It's a really good day.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh, Jonathan's so good. Let me see. Let me just see one more comment. I got a huge download Saturday on what my book is to be about and the why behind it. That is huge. If you get really clear on your why, all of this unfolds. Like all it's social media posts, posting, connecting, talking to people, doing discovery sessions, bringing people back to your book, and not being afraid of that. I think people are like, well, I wrote this book, but I don't know if you'll want to read it, but I don't know if it's even any good enough, or I don't know if it's going to be on a New York Times bestseller list. Instead we go, this is my book and you need it. And this is why you need it, because this is a journey I went through. It has 15 steps on how to change your life forever. You have to have this book. Yeah.
And the people that want and need that book will have that book. Yeah. But they won't if you don't go out there and talk about it. They won't if you don't connect with them and really connect with them about who you are and what you do.
Yeah. And that's a big thing, because another piece that pops into my mind is, well, what if I run out of content? And it's like, what do you think about that, running out of content? Well, I wrote my book, but I don't know.
You don't run out of content. We have so many stories, and guess what? New shit is happening to us every day that we can always relate back to our experience, because it's our experience. It's our life. Are we going to change? Yes. Is something that we write about in our book going to adapt in a different book later down the road? Yeah, that's part of it. That's part of everybody's journey. It's a journey. It's going to change. You don't run out of content because, one, you can reuse your content. Only 3% of your people see it anyway. So you can reuse it and get the other 97% that didn't see it, and they'll say, I really needed to see that today.
Yes, I know. Yeah, it's so true. It's so true. When the student's ready, the master appears, right? It's like, oh, I could not have been ready for the message from Jonathan maybe a year ago, because I was in this other weird place and I wasn't quite sure, what am I promoting? What am I putting out there? Who am I? And now I've got this information from Jonathan today and during the summit that I'm like, oh, that's it. That's how that works. Very, very cool. So just a couple more things. We've got Kathy says, time for my own book here. I'm an author in 2 of your books. Yes, you are, girl. I'm in love with you. And then we have a Facebook user. I'm not quite sure who you are. Phil, for the clarity, and thank you for being here today. Yay. Yes, this has been absolutely inspiring. I'm so excited. Thank you for spending your time with us, Jonathan. I really appreciate you. I hope that I can have you back on again sometime, and maybe you'll share more wisdom. And I'm going to put out there the 9 essential posts. And then I'm also going to put out there the group. Can you also give me that link to your group as well? I think I might need that in case. I think I'm in the group.
I think you are. Yeah.
Yeah. And I love it, because there's some really good content in there that is already making me think about things, I
try.
Yes. Well, you do. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching and so much for being here with me. I love you all. I love all of our authors. You guys are completely inspiring to me. The way you show up on my posts really matter to me as well. I love your support, your kindness, your giving attitude. You're all experts. You all have so much to say. You have so much love to give, and just getting to be a part of your life matters to me. So, Jonathan, do you have any closing comments you'd like to leave our friends with?
I think I I'm going to say I think I made any important points at this point. So I will tell them to get out there, tell your story. Don't wait. Just do it. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be really damn good. So just get out there and do it.
Sounds good. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Jonathan, stick with me for a minute, and I will see you all later.